Now I gotta get out of this thing. Okay. Come on. Hey, everybody. Okay. Hey. All right. This is our 6th live stream, and I've got a guest this time. Yes, I've got a guest. Unbelievable, I know. It's amazing. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for her. Mm. All right. This is a channel that I've been watching off and on for about 6 months, and it was through Joy Route, Frankie, and I was watching a couple of their lives and how they all talk and hang out and all that, and they're explaining their stories and everything. I'm like, wow, okay. So I'm like, I picked up on the one girl because she does the same thing that I do. And I'm not going to tell you what it is until I get her out here. So, without further ado, what it up to? I can't do it. I can't do it either. What it do, dog? Danette. All right, come aboard, Danette. Come on. Hey! I'm trying.
What it do? How y'all doing this evening?
Hey! Hey, the van glow. Okay. All right. So thank you everyone for coming out, and I got some questions for her. So where are you now?
Oh, now I'm nervous.
Now you're nervous.
So now I am in Houston. I'm actually in my hometown, and I'll be here for a little while because I have a big trip coming up at the end of the month. So I figured I'd just go ahead and stay around here and kind of prepare for that.
Oh, okay. So what's the big trip? You can't say?
So I'm headed to Oh, yeah, I can say I'm headed to Cancun. It was originally going to be a retreat, but now just me and a bunch of friends, we're just going to go down there and hang out.
Well, that sounds awesome. That sounds really cool. Oh my God. Okay.
So super excited about that.
I would be too. My goodness. Yeah. Okay. Me get. Okay. So this is just gonna. Don't be nervous or anything. This is just basically getting to know you type deal. Since
all right.
So that should be real easy, right? She has been on Glorious Life on Wheels. She's been with Joy Route. Now you actually hung out with Joy Route, right? You actually met her.
With Joy Route, I have not. We have done a live together. We have not yet gotten to meet in person, but she and I, we talk often actually.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to be able to meet her in person. We were gonna meet up in Quartzsite, but her trip got delayed, so we're still trying to figure out a way to meet up.
Oh, okay. She is really cool. I've met her.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I've met her.
She is fantastic.
Okay.
So you've gotten the chance to actually meet her.
Yeah. She's probably about an hour away from me. Probably about an hour or two.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
She's in Ohio, like around, I want to say Cincinnati area type deal. Something around there.
Yes.
So yeah. And I actually took her to Belle Isle. Our first meetup. I picked her up from a hotel in downtown Detroit. I picked her up and took her to Belle Isle. We walked around and I showed her, the aquarium and all kind of cool stuff. And so yeah, yeah, she's really cool. And I met her. I met up with her again this last summer when I went up first. I was trying to get her to follow me, but then she was waiting on her other friend from Alabama. Because I went up to that schooly UP thing, and I was wanting her to come with me, or meet up with her there. And it got kind of mixed up. So she waited for her other friend, and they went up. And by the time they got there, I was already leaving because I was already up there for like 3 days. And after about 3-4 days, you got to get back to work. At least for me.
Yes.
I gotta get back to work. And you cannot really DoorDash up in the Upper Peninsula because it's all camping and all that kind of stuff. And there's really not a lot of signal for your cell phones, not alone to do DoorDash. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So hey, look at all the people in here. More bang for your bucks, Linda, Captain Jack.
Hey, Mo Bang.
Hey, I'm bringing Danette to you guys, so you guys can check her out and check out her channel. She's actually in a SUV. Yeah. Right?
Yes. I am in my Hyundai Santa Fe. I have been traveling in it for about a full year, but I went full time in September. I went full time, but I started part time last March. So I'll be coming up on my year anniversary for my whole overall living in my car at the end of March. But I've been full time, like I said, since October. September, October, I believe. So, and I'm super excited. And I thought recently, after being at Schoolie Palooza and RTR, that I might go to a van, but I sat down and really thought about it, and I was like, I don't think so. I really like my SUV. There's just some projects I think that I'd like to do to improve it.
So you actually thought of getting a van, but you changed your mind.
I did. Because I even called my sister. I was like, "You're."
Huh?
Say that again.
What made you change your mind?
I like the compact of it, but I also, because of what I do right now, it's actually very convenient, and I just kind of get lost in the crowd, and I'm not noticeable like vans and anything bigger. So that really helps. And then I really kind of want to get, once I am completely a digital nomad, I want to be able to get off the pavement and get, out in the dirt and go a little further as well. So I think that'll be better with an SUV rather. And you can do it in a 4x4 van, but oh my gosh, the money that you have to spend to either convert it or get a 4x4 van, when I could just probably put that money into the SUV and have an even better result.
Yeah, well, because if you watch Van City Van Life, he is always in the dirt.
Yes, and see, that's where the problem almost started. Watching him and then watching overland videos, I'm like, that's really what I want to do. But
Curious
most vans that you get,
SUV.
Curious Carly, yeah. Yeah, so most vans that you get, you have to convert them.
Runner of what is that?
4Runner?
Yeah.
4Runner? Toyota? Yeah.
What is that? All right, if anybody's new in the chat, this is Danette, and she's from Houston, Texas, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And what made you come up with a name for your channel? Like, what it do, DG?
What it do? So DG is my initials. So that's first. And then what it do is just kind of like it. I mean, if you know what it means, which is, basically, what are you up to? What's going on? Yeah. It's just another way to say that. Basically, it allows me to basically take my channel wherever I am in life. Right now, I am van life and overlanding. And at some point that I may have to move into, but at some point I will have to move into caregiving. So then I can, transition my channel as I transition through life. And then that makes it easier for me to, be able to, move forward without having to say, oh, well, maybe I have to create a new channel for this subject or that. It makes it easier for me to continue on.
All right. Well, that's cool. Well, that's why I did mine, because I don't really fit in anywhere. And my channel, it started out as when I was doing Uber, and I saw some people that were doing an Uber, channel, and I'm like, well, there's no one in Detroit doing Uber and Ubering. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll put some videos already. I already had my YouTube channel for years, because I was making videos for family to be able to see my daughter and other family members and what we're doing. So I'd always put videos and, look at here, Rachel's getting bigger or whatever, type deal. Yeah. So I've had my channel since like 2006, 2007. And that's why there's so many videos on it. And I was doing YouTube before it was popular to do YouTube. So.
Yeah.
So
I never really even thought about it. I think I tried to start my channel when I was a massage therapist. I think there's 1 or 2 videos, but I've archived them at this point. And then I love planners, and I'm a total planner nerd. And I tried to start a planner channel, and I probably made about 5 videos for that. And then I was like, no, I don't want to do this. But when I started van life, I just found that I had a lot to say. And I even, especially, now it's still pretty much the beginning for me. My channel is about, I guess this go round is about 6 months old. If nobody wants to hear it, at least it's documentation for myself along my journey.
I'm going to try and insert your channel in the thing. I just let her out. Come on, Jess. Okay. Come on. Let me find it. Okay, the one question, since when I'm finding this, when I'm Jess. Richard, calm down. I'm talking with some friends.
What? Get back in there. No.
Caregiving, it's so much fun. Caregiving.
You have things that you have to deal with, and it's so funny because today I actually came to look over my mom, and she had to have a tooth pulled this morning, and she couldn't have it done yesterday because her blood pressure got too high. So I've been looking over and make sure she was okay. I didn't know what kind of medication they were going to give her afterwards for pain or anything, but she seems pretty okay. So I think I'll be all right to leave her there.
There. Now everybody should
trust me, I do understand.
Oh man. Yeah, tooth pulls and dogs being jealous because I'm out on the back porch and they're not there and all that fun stuff, Okay.
It's always something.
So,
always.
All right. I am gonna put your channel stuff on in the comments. Don't worry, I will do that. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself and what made you want a YouTube channel.
So I started the YouTube channel as a documentation. Kind of to keep myself motivated and talk about I think more to talk about why it is that I started this journey of living in my car and traveling and all that, which for me, it was more of a mental health situation. During the pandemic, of course, just like everybody else sitting at home, depression got pretty intense, to the point where I was really contemplating whether I wanted to be here or not, because I felt like my life didn't matter unless I was taking care of someone. So at that point, when my kiddo came home from college, I told him, you got to figure out what it is you're going to do. Congratulations on graduating. when you need to figure out what you're going to do, I'm jumping in my car and I'm leaving because I need to take care of myself right now. I know that you're going to be fine, whatever it is you decide to do. Call me whenever you need me for some mommy advice, but you're old enough to where I'm not raising you anymore. So now it's just advice on how to survive, you know? So that was really my whole thing. And when I started the channel, it was to keep myself motivated, because I think my first video is, what are your fears, or something like that. I think I did like an overview of like a trip that I took, but I think my first real video was what are your fears? And it was more me talking to myself about about the reasons why I'm afraid to go out. And I'm actually going to do something a little bit similar kind of soon, but it's on a little bit different topic, because I had a couple of conversations with a couple of friends. So I was like, maybe we should talk about this again, but on a different level. But yeah, so it's more so that I have something to look back on to keep me motivated, either to keep me out on the road, or in the event that I'm, home, to, give me something to look forward to. You can still do that after all this is over. There's no stopping if I don't want it to.
Yeah, I kind of did the mommy thing too. When Rachel turned 18, I'm like, look, I got you the car, I got you the computer, you're enrolled in college. You basically, she got a job. I'm like, look, you got basically everything you need to know. This is life. What you do with it is on you. I've done my part. I'm giving you the tools you need to figure this out.
Yeah,
and I'm
absolutely.
hoping that you figure it out, because you have the 4 or 5 necessary things to get it going. And you got to keep that ball rolling, because I'm done.
And that's the truth. And that's the truth. You give them everything that you need, and at some point you have to say, okay, now we're in a place of guidance. We can talk like friends. Whatever it is that you need to talk about, I'm here. If you need me to come for you, I'll absolutely be there for you as quick as I can. But it's time for you to figure out life. And the thing about it is, these kids are different than we were, because at 18, I was ready to go. I was like, let me go. I didn't even have a car and a computer. I was ready to go, though. I was like, I know how to work. As long as I know how to work, I can go.
I was walking.
It does not matter. These kids today, they all want to be basement kids. I was like, no, not in this house, because I'm not gonna have a house. I'm moving out. You need to find somewhere to go.
Well, yeah. At 18, I was definitely walking, because I didn't drive till I was 26, so I was walking.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I'm fortunate to have gotten my license at 16, because they had after school driving lessons. So that's how I ended up being able to get mine. Because honestly, if I had to depend on my mom the way that she worked, it probably would have been a while for me as well. But I was lucky to be able to have that.
Yeah.
So that really helped.
Yeah, it does. Okay. So,
Mo Bang, you are so right. And I was not going to have it. Not at all. He says these kids want to mooch as long as possible.
Yeah.
No, tell your wife they got to go.
What does your family think of you having a YouTube channel? And how long have you had it? So you probably only had it for a couple of years. I think you just said.
Yeah, so I've had a steady channel for about 6 months, but I've tried to start it a couple of times. My kiddo loves the fact that I have a YouTube, but we've agreed that he won't watch, because he had a D&D channel and he wouldn't let me watch. Oh, it makes me nervous. I'm like, okay, well then I won't watch. But my sister, she absolutely supports it. My mom, I'm not even sure if she actually knows or not. But I mean, for the most part, I really don't share a whole lot about my family. I know I share some things about my mom, but that also references back to me because I'm her caregiver. When her MS progresses to a point where she can't take care of herself. So, but besides that, I really kind of don't talk about my family too much. So it's really a channel about me and my adventures.
Right. Okay. So let's see. What's your favorite benefit from having a channel?
The people that I am getting to meet. It is so nice to, I think, and I hate to say this, I think that the folks that I have met in the last few months having a channel have been a real blessing because I think that when people don't travel the way that we do, they don't understand, kind of our mindset and the things that we want to talk about. Oh, you're having a good time. That's great. When are you coming home? And it's like, no, that's not how this works. I'm probably not going to be home for weeks or months at this point. But I want to tell you about this, and they're still talking about the same things at home that you've grown fed up of, and you don't want to hear it anymore. Every time I come home, every time I'm on the phone, it's the same conversations, and I'm like, let's all try and do something different. You ain't got to jump in your car and go travel, but do something different, and you won't feel this way. I heard something. Was it yesterday or the other day? Do something new every day, even if it's small, and you won't feel the way you felt yesterday. You have something to look
That's a
forward
good one.
to.
Yeah, that is a good idea, and we should all try and do something like that. I tell a couple people that watch us, and they dream about just going places, but they're like in this little rut where they just do the same thing every day, day in, day out, day in, day out. But for some, it's more like an anxiety type deal where they can only do so much. And I kind of know that because sometimes if you going out a little bit too, doing some cool stuff, like I'm always like, oh, I'm always the adventure one trying to go here and go there. But then I can feel it too. I'm like, I don't know if I should be doing this. You're always thinking in your mind, hey, is this a good idea? What am I doing? But yeah, just like last year when we took off, So yeah, so I mean, it's fun. It's like I'm challenging myself. I'm like, because I've always been around this area, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and sometimes I got to go to Florida a couple times to visit my brother. So going out on a limb and seeing, when people kept on talking about national parks, this park, that park, I'm like, why am I going to parks? I like doing some of this stuff. What are they talking about?
Yeah.
So I started getting curious. And that's how I ended up going to 10 national parks last year. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe I can go to some more and start traveling and start seeing some more. And, I got to see North Carolina. I got to see South Carolina and Florida, more parts of Florida than I've ever saw before. So, I mean, it is fun and it's a challenge. And it does, for some people, it brings us out more. But some people, if they just do tiny steps, if they just go to a new little park, or if they just go to a new little town and see something, or a museum, just to say, oh, I did something, just to make yourself feel better, because it's kind of like my thing to make me feel better. Because when I just get crazy in the head, I want to escape. And like when things are going crazy, I enjoy escaping. Like if I had to just go for a walk or go to a park or go wherever. So yeah. So that is some good advice. That is some really good advice. And hello to everybody, all the new people that are in here. I see Full Time Dream, Todd Johnston, Janice. Hi, Ron. And if I didn't get to say hi to you, hi everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And I have Danette here from What It Do, DG. So yeah, so she's really awesome. She's staying in her SUV, and she's from the Houston, Texas area. So I'm going to continue with these questions, and I'm hoping everybody's enjoying this. Hey, lady. Okay, so the next question I would want to find out, what is your favorite part when you have to edit a video?
Oh,
Making a video. Do you like, I get to make a video now?
Yes, actually, the filming I don't enjoy as much, but I need to film to make a video. I enjoy the full editing process, cutting it all up, and especially with my videos, I have so many ums and uhs and so's to cut out. But I enjoy all that, the color correction, the coloring and all that. I enjoy all of that. And I've been learning a lot. Transitions. I think by the time you get to transitions, that's the part where you really start to love it, and you start to bring everything together, and you start to see the story a little more. And I'm trying to get better with that.
What video software program do you use?
I use LumaFusion. I actually edit on my iPad.
Which one?
LumaFusion.
LumaFusion. Okay. I use the
I edit on my iPad.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. What's everybody? I'm trying to see what everybody's saying.
It's pretty quick and simple. I can have my whole setup with my mouse and my keyboard, or I can just do it with my iPad pencil and just with my iPad. So I love being able to do it both ways. So if I want to sit at a park and I don't want to bring all this stuff with me, I can do that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. What do you have for Wi-Fi when you're on the road?
I don't. I bought the iPad that was connected to my T-Mobile service, and then of course I have my phone. So that way I really wouldn't have a whole lot. However, I think when I start going further, I am going to get probably a Verizon Jetpack and see how that works for me. Because I have been in a situation in courtside, as a matter of fact, where internet is limited. But they said at the time, because there were so many people there at one time, that it was hard to get on their internet. So I will be getting probably a Verizon Jetpack in order to.
Yeah, that's what I have. Go that way too.
How do you like it? How does it work for you?
It works good. But I go through that 30 gigs really, like for the I only have 30 gigs to be able to, whatever you call it, and I go through it, in that month real easy. I have to be real careful. So yeah, because uploading takes a whole lot more. So you have to go like in town to be able to get the signal really strong. Because if I'm over here, then I've got to like put it, in like this window or that window or Bray.
That's the great thing about Starbucks and Panera Bread. They're everywhere.
I tried that, and it seemed like their Wi-Fi was even slower.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't had too many issues. As long as I'm in a bigger city, I haven't had too many issues at all. Usually, and as a matter of fact, I don't even go in most of the time. I'll sit in my car in the parking lot and edit and upload.
Well, if I ever run out, I'm always, looking for, I'll either go to my daughter's, or I'll go, now that, like McDonald's and all of them are now opening up just a little bit, maybe I can, try some of that. So, yeah. Free mobile stuff, walk away instantly. I'm trying to see what everybody's talking about, but it's too hard. So I'm just gonna continue our little conversation. They're here talking about bonfires and yard sales and everything, making me jealous.
I would love to be at a bonfire right now.
Oh, I know it. I love bonfires, don't you? The only thing I hate about is the smelling like smoke the next day.
Yeah, that's the hard part. And I made the mistake. We were at a beach, me and some friends, and we did a fire. And I had my truck backed up to the fire. Well, my truck smelled like smoke for like a week and a half, and everything in it smelled like smoke. I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. I was like, I will never do that again. Not that close. I was like basically right on top of it though. So that was my.
Oh yeah.
But you learn your lesson. That's
yes.
the thing. You learn your lesson.
Yes, I learned a lot. I keep on learning. I keep on learning.
Every day.
And it's good though. It's good. And today's a year that I went through all my crazy van trouble last year, and I even left a friendship / relationship that I thought was more a relationship, but on their side it was a friendship type deal. It's been a year, people. It's been a year.
Happy year.
Yeah, so it's hard, but now my van is like saying, "Hey, I think I need to go visit a mechanic again tomorrow morning." So I got to wake up early tomorrow morning to go take my van. There's something going on with the driver's back tire, and there's a clink every time, and it's getting so bad. And I kept on telling them, like, okay, I just made your car payment. Now this week, the money will go to you, but you got to last for this week. You cannot break down because I can't make the money to be able to pay for the mechanic.
I know, so that's so true. It's like just one more week.
Yes,
but
yes.
I mean, and that's the harder part whenever you live in your vehicle is you've got to do maintenance a little bit more often.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Do you watch other things on YouTube besides van life stuff?
Lately I've been watching my planner videos because I've been trying to get some ideas for mine. But I will typically watch because I am an aspiring. I want to be completely digital, and I have started a virtual assistant business.
Okay.
So I do watch videos on basically how to be better at that. So I use a program called ClickUp. So and
you're breaking up a little.
Can you hear me a little bit better?
Yeah.
So as a VA, I typically work in people's back rooms and keep up with things for them. You're basically a virtual executive assistant. So I make sure that I have my ClickUp to be able to work that, and make sure that I can stay efficient and have know all the new things that are coming out. Because with software, they're constantly doing updates and sending new things. So I always make sure that I keep up with those things.
That sounds like something that I would like to be able to do, because it would be like, where you could travel and do that, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier because you're completely digital rather than what we're doing. And because some days I'm fine with having to get up and go and do deliveries, but then there's other days I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I just want to sit right here in the spot and work. I would rather work on the computer all day. And just, hang out.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you have any favorite YouTube channels you do watch, like with the van life stuff?
So, Fancy Van Life is my absolute favorite. I have to watch him every day. And good for me that he uploads every day. Let's see, who else do I watch? Completely off van life subject, I watch Patrick Cloud. He usually gives me a good laugh in the morning because he usually saying something funny, or there's some new animal that he's learned about. So I usually like to watch him. And those are my probably big two that I watch, I find that I don't have a whole lot of time the way that I did, which I love, to be on YouTube as much as I did. So I kind of watched maybe a couple of videos of the people that I like the most. I also like to watch boat life.
Yes, what? What'd you say?
Boat life.
Oh, boat life. Oh, wow. Hold on, let me go. But he's scratching at the stupid door. What? Come on. Knock it off. Get up here and sit down. Whoops. Chill out. Okay. Let's see. What's everybody talking about? Oh, motivation to get rid of stuff. Watch a few episodes of Hoarders. I did that for years. I did that for years, you guys. American Pickers could spend a month at my place. Oh, Captain Jack. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I'm glad everybody is enjoying this, because I sure am. How long have you had your SUV?
I've had my SUV since October 2020. I actually had to buy another SUV because my Montero Sport that I had originally planned to go out in went kaput. We had it in the family for almost 20 years, and it was like, no, not gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I ended up getting a new SUV, and I did a lot of research, and I landed on the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Oh, okay. What year is it?
It is a 2020. So 2020? It's fairly new. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. So we're going to get to the big question. How do you support your trips? Because I haven't really told them.
Okay, so right now I actually DoorDash or I do Instacart in order to keep myself on the road, to keep money in my pocket, to pay the bill.
Cool.
I love it. I really do. I feel like doing it that way, you get to see the city. You're not just coming in you are coming in as a tourist, but you get to see the city as someone who lives there as well. So you kind of get to see a little bit more than you would if you were just like, oh, well, let me go to this tourist spot. Let me go to that tourist spot. All the touristy things. You get to see it as someone who lives there. Because, I mean, the thing as a nomad, at some point, some of us want to settle back down somewhere. So if you're someone like that, that's actually a great way to see a city.
Right. And you don't know it, but from me watching you on that one live that I watched, and you were saying that you DoorDash and you were traveling, I'm like, really? So that's when I took off and went to Florida and did all that. You were my motivation. Yes.
I'm so happy to hear
you
that.
You were my motivation. Yes. And I'm like, if she can do it, then I'm going to try it out.
Do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. You just turn on the app and you can start from anywhere. Usually I will try and find the best side, kind of the more expensive side. I got some good advice from a friend to find out kind of where the better side of town is. Go on, I think it's called Zillow, and you look up the houses and you put the price range in where you want to be. And usually I will go to like the neighborhoods that are higher price. So that way I know that I'm fairly safe when I'm out here. So then I'll stay on that side of town and I'll DoorDash or Instacart, whatever it is I'm doing, in any city that I'm in.
Ron says, am I the only one here not wanting to do the Nomad van life gig? With us, you don't really have to be the Nomad type deal gig. You can just want to travel and see different places. And like Ron, he hikes and he likes traveling and going to different cities and states and doing some hiking. And he also has a motorcycle. and he also rides a motorcycle all over. So, I mean, you don't have to just, I know that we're talking a lot about the van life because that's what we're doing, but I don't want to make anybody feel alienated because they're not doing this van life and sleeping in your car. But you know what? If you needed to, you could sleep in your truck or whatever when you go on a hike if you really needed to. So that option is always there
for absolutely everybody. And I think that's the great thing about it is that it is such a great option for everybody. But if you're into hiking, and I think that's great because I want to get into hiking along with everything else. And that's the part where I want to be able to go further and do more. So that's what I'm working on. The van life part of it is just kind of the beginning for me. So I mean, there's steps for everybody, and everybody is not interested in just I want to drive around somewhere and just not go home for a while. No, that's not for everybody, and that's completely understandable.
When I first started out with the minivan stuff and all that, and I thought, well, because I like going to a lot of concerts and going to a lot of different places and seeing things, I'm like, that way, if I have that, I could just, throw like a little air mattress or something in the back of my van. I could go to a concert and I won't have to drive like at 3:00 in the morning and be driving all the way home.
Right. You don't have to drive all the way home.
Right.
You don't have to get a hotel and spend even more money.
Right. Because
just find a safe place to lay down.
Right. Because I was always curious. I always wanted to I would like to go see like a concert in Tennessee or a museum or something. And I'm always, the curious, oh, I wonder what's over there. I wonder what's over there. Let's go over here. So, so that's why I got really like interested in it. And I was even going to start part-time, but then all of a sudden my life went different directions, so.
But it was great because I did see that video, but it was great that you were already preparing for it. But oh man, the way that happened, that brought tears to my eyes. I was like,
oh yeah, it was a shock for me because you do everything for them, and then all of a sudden, when you need help, your butt gets kicked to the door. It gets kicked out the door. It gets kicked out the door. Hightail it, dude. I'm like, okay. Because she never wanted, she thought that I was purposely losing the trailer. She thought that I was purposely doing this so I could do this van stuff. And I guess she wanted to show me, see, Mom, it's not all what you thought it was going to be. And I was like, I was just trying to do part-time. I was just trying to go places and have some fun and have a way not to be able to have to get a motel or whatever. But when people don't communicate, they really don't know what's going on.
Right,
so she just thought that I was purposely doing this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I wasn't purposely doing it. So
all she had to do was ask you that way. It wouldn't have been such a big deal.
Huh?
All she had to do was ask you, what is it that your intentions were.
Right. Well,
so
yeah.
It didn't go that way. But I mean,
I know.
It happened.
It's crazy. It's crazy. People nowadays, they just don't communicate. So yeah. Okay. So next page. See, you're doing good.
2 pages already of questions.
Oh, you're doing good. You're doing good. Wait, where'd it go? Okay. Wait a minute. It's one of those little yellow thingies. This is my YouTube little thing question. Okay. All right. Oh. Do you like that little car vacuum cleaner you got?
I do like the little car vacuum cleaner.
Does it do a lot of good
pick up?
Yeah.
Yes, So it's not gonna like pick up like every single thing, but it's gonna pick up the majority of things. And I can't believe you watched back that far, but it is actually a really good vacuum, and I got it off of Amazon for like under $20.
Yeah, because I had a little car vacuum because I need a car vacuum because my car right now, oh my Lord, it needs to be cleaned really good. But yeah, I had a car vacuum and it didn't have no good suction. So I saw your little vacuum thingy and I'm like, ooh, I wonder if it's any good. And
it's actually really good.
Yeah. And your rose petal lights are so cute. Do they still work?
Right. I need to get some batteries for them. They're battery operated, but
I love flowers. I love roses and all that stuff. So I saw that. I'm like, oh my Lord, that's gorgeous.
Yes, I love them. And I keep them in the door so that I have just a little bit of light. And also, my fridge back there, you can't see from here. Let me see if I turn it. Ah!
Whoops.
So my fridge back there, if I turn off these lights, it actually gives off pretty good light at night. And I'm able to use that as well.
Oh, that's so pretty.
So that when I'm in the parking lot and I'm settled for the night, I don't have to use a lot of light. So I can use little light so that I can see what I need to do to change clothes or whatever.
Ron is wanting to know what everyone is drinking. I've got green tea.
I need a drink.
Oh, you need a drink?
I need a drink.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm about ready for a cold beer or a whiskey.
I have wine in the kitchen, but I still had this. I'm going to just grab this real fast. Okay, so what about your water setup?
So I have a 6-gallon jerry can that I bought from Walmart, and I actually put a rechargeable water pump that I got from Amazon on it, and it works like a charm. I have running water in my car. No problem.
Keep on talking. I gotta let Buddy outside. I can hear you. Come on, Buddy.
Yeah, but I like that, and it really wasn't a big project to do. All I had to do was kind of the jerry can, the cap comes with like these little grooves or whatever, and I shaved those off with my pocket knife, and the rechargeable water spout fits right on top of there, and I don't have any issues at all.
Yeah, because I was looking for your water in your video, and you didn't showed your water stuff.
There is a DIY video. I'll have to send it to you, where I show where I did that.
Okay, cool. Okay, so how do you wash your dishes?
Ron, see a beer in my horses? Yes, absolutely. Whiskey for my. I love that song. Whiskey for my friends, beer for my horses.
Jack and Coke.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But so how do I wash my dishes? I have a little sink that I keep in the back. It's a little collapsible sink.
I keep it gray in the back white. Of my car. Great. Yep, I saw it. Yeah. I have the same one. Yep.
Yes. Got it from Walmart for almost nothing. And that's how I wash my dishes. And I have, I keep my little Dawn with me or whatever. But I have a friend that actually washes her dishes with vodka. So she sprays the vodka.
I saw the video. I saw the video.
Yeah. It was like, I might have to try that.
Yeah, it was on your channel, wasn't it? It was on your channel. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be too busy spraying it in my mouth in order to wash my dishes, so it might not be a good
idea. Yeah. Hold on one second. Buddy, go out. Out potty. You know what? You little turd ball.
Yes, Ron, I do also drink my whiskey straight. Most days I prefer it that way, but if I want something a little sweeter, I'll add a little bit of Coke, just a little bit of Coke, just like, boop. But you cannot mess up whiskey with something. So, Freedom Dove, you use vodka to wash your dishes too. Do you like that method? Because I think I'm gonna try it once my Dawn runs out. Okay. She says it evaporates quickly. No residue. So I think I might try that method after the Dawn runs out. How much of it do you end up drinking though?
A little bit for this, a little bit for me, a little bit for this, a little bit for me. And eventually the dishes will get washed or you're on the floor. Okay, so do you go to a lot of campgrounds and hotels?
Hotels, yes, that's typically where I'll stay when I'm in a town. I do not rent hotels. I will find a nice dimly lit hotel to stay in.
Oh, and sneak and
campgrounds, I have not done a lot of. While I'm here in Texas, I'll probably do a couple just so that I can get out of the city because I know how much I need to get into nature to keep myself calm, and to keep myself balanced. So I will probably get some campgrounds. But the great thing about being over in the West was that you don't really have to get any campgrounds because there's so much BLM over there. I could literally, especially while I was in Yuma, I could literally go stay out on BLM land and then come into town every day to do my door dashing. Like, it was just right there. And even in San Diego, I stayed on the water.
She went to RTR without me. Can you hear me?
I can't, hold on. I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. You there? Testing. Uh-oh.
I don't know what happened. I can't hear.
Oh, no. But now the dogs are going to bark. Can you hear the dogs barking? Oh, hold on 1 second. She's having some technical difficulties here. Try it again. Unmute mic.
My Bluetooth's turned off. That's what happened.
Oh, are you okay?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
I can hear you. I can hear. Okay, you can hear me. I cannot hear you.
Really? What the heck? Can everybody hear me? Oh no. Buddy, chill out. Can you hear me?
Spray water first and then use vodka for sterilizing. Buy the cheapest kind on the shelf. Okay. It needs to be 40 proof. Okay.
Cause I know I started pressing buttons over here. I didn't mess you up.
It's off the shelf.
So you can't hear me.
USA cheap.
We can hear both of you. Okay. Well, she can't hear me.
Okay, they hear both of us. I don't know why I can't hear you.
I don't know neither. I don't know. Do you want to jump out and then jump back in, maybe? I don't know if that would fix it.
Go out and come back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to try that? That's the only way I would think about it. Okay. She jumped out, and then we're going to try and get her back in here so she can hear it. Start reading lips. Oh, my goodness. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Sorry that I'm not actually, in the chat too much, but, this is at least, entertainment for you guys. Okay, now, is she coming back in? Come on, come back in. I have to send her an invite. Maybe I have to send her an invite. I don't know. Is she coming back in? What do I gotta do? Okay. If she's in the chat, okay, I'm coming. Okay, good. Yeah, about to say, if you wanted to, I just sent the extra link in here. Oh, this is really exciting. I'm really so happy that I got to talk with her and entertain you guys. So, oh, yay. Okay. Add to stream. Okay,
here I am, and I can hear you.
Woohoo! It worked. Thank God.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I know what happened. I got a phone call, and I think somehow that turned it off.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
well, we're back.
I just thought about it. I'm like, what happened? Nothing happened. I'm like, wait, I got that phone call, and I think I might have triggered something.
Oh, it probably did. Yeah.
So,
okay, good. That's all. So, are you okay now for questions?
Yes, let's go. Let's do it.
Okay. Now tell us about how you actually went to RTR.
Yes, I went to RTR, and I actually did get to meet Bob, which was pretty cool. He's super, super nice. And I stayed most of the week. I think I did not do the women's RTR, and then there was 2 days that I missed out of the week. But everything was really good. There's great education there for anybody who's starting out and they want to do the events. However, the same classes that lessons, however you want to say, that we took live there, you can actually do them online. So, and I think the best part of the RTR was over the weekend when we got to tour, like all the people who were willing to open up their rigs, you get to see all in the inside and all that good stuff. And I think that was great. It was really a great event. I think it's something fantastic for anybody to visit at some point.
So just like how we all know how to camp and how to do everything, do you think going to the RTR is still worth it when you already know basically how to do everything and you have basically everything that you need? Well, not everything, but the majority.
I would say at least once, yes. And I would say at least once, yes. And the connections that you make there are fantastic, honestly.
Okay.
I think more than anything, it's more about the connections that I made with like-minded people, and they're actually living this life.
I know. I actually saw you.
And then because
Go ahead. Sorry.
And because you have so many people willing to open their vehicles, if you're not sure whether you want to change your vehicle or, try this or try that, you can actually go in and see and kind of get a feel for what it is that you think that you like. And I think that's very helpful too, because with this being, for some of us, not just, a vehicle that we take out, over the weekend or just for this trip or that trip. For this is my home. So I'm very careful about who I let in. So I think it's really great when you can have an event where people are like, oh, yeah, you can come in and see everything that's going on here.
Yeah, I know. I was watching one of your videos today after when you were in California. And I don't know, I don't know if it was after the RTR or whatever, but you were like saying, I'm hanging out with my friend Allison, and then all of a sudden I see you guys at Panera or something, and she's on one side and you're on the other, and you guys are both working.
Yes.
I'm like, that's Travel Snacks. That's Allison.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, because you went and saw her van or whatever at the RTR. You actually toured it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I actually walked up on her.
You got to hang out with her. That is so cool.
Yes, we met up in San Diego and we hung out for a few days. She's super, super nice. Oh, when you meet her, you'll love her.
Yeah, I've been watching her for God when she was in her car. I've been watching her for a while.
Yeah, I've been watching her. I caught kind of the end of when she was car living, but I've been watching her in her van for a while. watch, the van build and all that good stuff.
Mhm.
And then when she got stuck, I was so upset because she got stuck in Texas at the same time I did. And I was like, she's this close and we can't even meet because
Oh
everything is
my God.
frozen.
Yeah. I know. And so now I'm always thinking of when I'm in my van, I need snacks. Snacks. I need snacks. And I didn't put it together until later. I'm like, travel snacks. You've been watching Allison too much.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. I just love watching that video of you guys. I mean, you just did it so calmly. Oh, I'm gonna hang out with my friend Allison, and all of a sudden she shows video footage of both of them being at a little like Panera or something. And they're just working away from one side to the other. She's on one side of the table and she's on the other. And they're just both working. I'm like, oh my God.
Yes, because we thought it would be so funny because usually whenever you're watching YouTube and you see YouTubes get together and they collab, they're always doing something super fun, and that's great to see. But we thought it would be nice and fun to see, for people to see, like, this is also how YouTubers hang out.
Yes.
She's over there editing her videos. I'm over here editing my videos because we got work to do.
Yeah,
we still got stuff to do.
That's the kind of stuff I like, and it made it so much more personable and just fun. It's like, because you want to see like the kind of behind the scenes stuff as well.
Yeah.
You just don't want to say, oh, we're going here, we're doing this, and we're doing that.
Yeah.
You want to see, kind of like, you just want to be like, ooh, if I was a fly on the wall or something,
what would be happening? And that was the kind of the perspective that I was thinking of when I thought about it, because I'm editing my videos, I'm like looking for the music for the background and all that stuff. And I just started laughing to myself. I was like, it would be fun.
Yeah.
If we filmed this. Was like, because literally we hung out for probably about 3 or 4 days over that week, and a couple of those days we weren't talking about YouTube, we were editing something, whether it was in a space like that together or separately in our vehicles. So it's like, this is a thing that happens, and I don't think people understand. Yeah, we have the great adventures and we have the great Instagram shots, but there's a whole behind the scenes that you sometimes don't see on everybody's channel, and it depends on who you watch.
Right.
But yeah, there's a whole life behind the scenes. And see, I'm not afraid to see that, because I, like yourself, I like to see that too. Like, what do you do in your downtime? Do you even have any downtime? I mean, after you finish all these adventures and you finish, and you filmed all this stuff, then what? Like, what time are you actually going to bed? How does it usually all work?
Ron is actually asking, what is everyone's snack of choice? I'm going to let Danette answer that.
When I'm driving, I like trail mix and coconut water. But on any given day, it just kind of depends on how I feel. What's my favorite snack? I don't know. I think I really like to go to Chick-fil-A and get their yogurt parfait.
Oh, I like
with the granola.
I just love the Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwich.
I am so weary about anybody's breakfast sandwich, because I've eaten so many from so many places, and so I don't really do breakfast sandwiches that much. But the Chick-fil-A yogurt parfait with the granola topping and some fresh fries, that's how you start your morning there.
Okay, all right. I gotta have my coffee or something with it, coffee.
I'm a tea girl. I love some chai tea in the morning. Yeah. Or just some plain black tea.
So that's cool. All righty. So so I love seeing that. That was awesome. And you actually got to meet Carol. So tell us about Carol.
Carol, she is super, super nice. I met her while I was in San Diego as well. Um, and we ended up hanging out for probably anywhere from 3 or 4 hours. We
Oh,
were
wow.
talking about editing and just kind of, she was kind of giving me some advice. And
Mhm.
because I edit my own videos and she has someone, but she wants to learn how to edit her own videos and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So we kind of got started talking about all of that. And she's super, super nice. And like you saw last week, I was on her show and she did an
Mhm.
interview. We actually met because from there, I actually left the next day. So about a week and a half later, we met down in Yuma, which
Mhm.
is where we did the interview. That's on my channel. And then last week we did our live, and we've been talking ever since.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
really cool.
Yeah, from the day we met, we've been talking ever since.
I'm I'm feeding Buddy pork chop just so, just so he'd behave. Travel snacks, right?
Travis Nick.
Me and Buddy love going to McDonald's and getting that like double cheeseburger or something once in
Oh,
a while.
once in a while is good.
Yeah, once in a while. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. You have some life struggles and family issues. So how do you find yourself balancing the the going on the trips and family life and all that? Are you adjusting, or are you still figuring it out, or because a lot of us here are caregivers, so it is kind of hard.
So, so it's kind of a situation where it's gonna kind of be a month to month to see how it is. Right
Mhm.
now, like I said, she's pretty stable um, with her overall condition.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I feel like I'm fine, but it's just me. I try and check in on her every once in a while, make sure she's still okay, and see if I do need to come back. I understand my reality. I understand that I need to prepare myself. I need to figure out how to also prepare her for that. But she is a very independent woman, so when the time comes, it's going to be very difficult.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, it's a fact of life. We all go through it. We
Mhm.
we come to a point in life where we have to take care of our parents.
All right.
So
Right.
so
Either
I know it's coming and I'm preparing for it. But I
right.
mean, it's just kind of, and I think last week the question was posed, how do you deal with the guilt? Well, of being gone and not
Mhm.
being here all the time.
Mhm.
Um, it's a day by day thing because there's always going to be a little bit guilt. Well, I should be there to look in on her at least. I should be there to make sure every few days to actually put
Mhm.
eyes on her. But I mean, I have a life to live too, and I have to learn how to live. She's doing
Right.
her best to live her life the best way that she can. I need to learn to do that too, especially while I have the time to do it.
Right. Yeah, because good thing when I was going through that with my mom, she had the cervical cancer, and my daughter was graduating. 2012 was crazy. My daughter was graduating, and my mom was dying,
Oh no.
and I was working 2 jobs and doing the CNA classes, and yeah, there was just so much going on, and my mom was trying to make me feel guilty about not being around, and I was I had a friend that would come over and help me, and then when it got time to where she was bedridden type deal, I was still working. I was working
Mhm.
and I still had, friends and all that, and would come over, and a couple of relatives and all that. So, I mean, it was like 2 years of going through adjusting and she was very independent and very stubborn. And, she even told the hospice people, she says, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not signing nothing.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just came back from the hospital. I'm fine. And no, Tina, you're not getting my car.
Oh, wow.
And the doctor's already sent, she didn't realize in her head that she just got sent home from the hospital on hospice. And she's just telling these people, I ain't signing nothing. I'm home.
Well, at least she was strong-willed and trying to hang in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, she was very stubborn. I guess that's where I get my stubbornness from. That's where I'm always like, I'm going here. Somewhere. I'm going here, and this minivan is going to get me there. I don't care if I have bald tires and stuff falling off. I'm going to go to that national park over there, and I'm going to enjoy it, and then I'll try and get back home real fast so it don't fall apart by the time I get there. I get back. So yeah, Bray's Nomad. Hi, do you know Bray's Nomad?
Yes, she's a girlfriend of mine. I actually met her in my comment section a few months ago, and we met up in Louisiana, and we've been good friends ever since.
Oh, that's awesome! And see, that's what I like about doing this, because we're well, I mean, I can't speak for you, but for me, I'm usually in the van all day, working. I'm sure you do the DoorDash too, so you're in your van all in your vehicle all the time. So then when you get back, you're like, okay, go to bed, watch something, whatever. So we don't really get a whole lot of, people to talk with. So this helps me. But like I tell everybody, I'm like, I'm so grateful for you to be on here tonight, because sometimes I'm on here going, what am I talking about with these people? Because all I do is work, come back, take care of Buddy, watch a little bit of YouTube or whatever, do something, and then I'm going to bed. I'm trying to figure out different things about, my situation, about the storage unit, about traveling, about how am I going to do this or that, and am I going to, I'm at a crossroads where the storage unit, if I get rid of all my stuff in the storage unit, then if I need a home base, because I'm at someone's house and they're 74 years old, so this person's not going to be here forever. I don't have my daughter to be able to live. I mean, I can't move back in with my daughter, because you all know that. And if this person passes away, I'm going to be in my van full time, really full time. I mean, like if anything, so I have to like really prepare and really think about stuff. And like for the next winter, I know I don't want what I have this winter.
Yes, you need to go west.
Yes,
there's no way I would ever do winter. You're in Michigan, right?
Yes.
There's no way I would ever do Michigan anywhere up north. It's just too cold, and it's too many superstorms that come through here now.
Oh God, yeah. And I'm like in a hoodie, and I have a thermal on, and I have like layers. And I'm like,
yeah, that's just too much.
Oh yeah. So
I came to Houston and it was cold, and I was like, no, I think I'm gonna turn around and go back west until it warms up some more, because I need to make sure that I keep my tan, because this is not gonna work for me.
Well, see, I have so many. I'm still trying to downsize my bills and downsize all of that, where I can't afford to travel too much and to pay my bills. So I've got to work on getting the bills down, or getting rid of the storage unit, and then having at least that money. But then like if something happens where you need a little, let's say 1-bedroom apartment or a studio apartment, then if you get that, then you're not going to have nothing. I mean, all I have is my twin size mattress right now, and I have a dresser and like different things. And, my crock pot that I haven't seen for like 2 years. My crock pot. And you have a 1,000-watt Jackery.
Yes, I do. I wanted to make sure that I had ample amounts of power to power what I need. And I really don't need a lot powered. I have my laptop, which I don't use all the time. I use that
Mhm.
for website building.
Mhm.
And most of the time I use my iPad and my phone to do most of what I do. And then also my 12-volt fridge that's in the back.
Well, see,
And none of that takes up a lot of power at all.
I have the fridge. I have the Apple Cool fridge. And I have the 300-watt rock pals that Donna Van Life sent me.
Mm-hmm.
But that, that's all I like power wise. So I'm trying to figure out, I got to pay down my bills type deal a little bit to be able to get a rock pal, like a stronger power station, if it's a rock pals or Blue Eddy or whatever it may be. But I have to get something, either I have to get those battery things with how you have the charge controller and all that, where you have the regular battery type deal,
Right.
or I get one of those power station things. So because I don't
and with the 1,000, I like the 1,000 because it allows me to have days of power at a time. So
Mhm.
if and when I do go off grid, I have plenty of power for about 3 or 4 days.
Okay. Yeah, because when I'm going to be, door dashing and all that with the fridge, and I shut the car off a lot. So I don't want that messing. I'm always worried about messing up the fridge if the fridge is connected to the car. So I want that to be connected to a power station.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm worried about destroying the fridge. So yeah, I'm still.
And see that it's all a learning process, and you'll figure it out. But your fridge is a 12 volt, so it shouldn't take up too much power. Because I know mine, when it's not running, it only takes up about 3 watts.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when it's the compressor kicks in, then it kicks up to about 74 watts. I've been watching it very closely. So it kicks up to about 74 watts for like maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then it powers back down to 3 watts to keep cool.
Okay.
So, but the thing that I do need to get, do you have one for the cover for your fridge?
No, I don't have a cover for it. Can you hear me?
You don't have a cover. I don't have a cover for mine either. I want to get a cover for mine.
Oh yeah, I saw that you did your Jackery bag come with the Jackery?
Say that one more time. You're breaking up.
Did your Jackery bag come with your Jackery?
No, I actually ended up putting my Jackery in. It's a trunk storage unit, so that I keep it concealed. So if anybody's looking in the car, they can see the fridge in the back, but they can't see the Jackery. So I try and keep like the high dollar stuff kind of put away.
Good idea.
So if anybody decides to like look in there, they're like, "Oh, she's got some real high dollar shit in there. Let me go get in."
Yeah, that's another worry, that you don't want to leave your vehicle too long because you don't know who's around it. So
and that's why I look at Zillow to find the higher priced places, so I'm a little bit safer.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, see, I've never spent the night even in my hometown, which is Detroit, because I know better. Know better. Everybody keeps on asking me. They keep on saying, "Well, how come you don't spend the night in Detroit?" I'm like, because I don't want to. You don't want to if you have everything in your van in there and you're spending the night. No. If I don't feel comfortable with getting gas at a gas station, I'm not spending the night there. I'm sorry. So, yeah.
Yeah. I spend I spend the night out here in Houston, but I know where it's safe and where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, it's like anywhere else. You'll have to find, the safe spots, and you've got to learn how to follow your intuition. You got to trust your intuition. If it's time to go, it's time to go. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I started doing that. At first, I started in my parking lot, but then you venture out a little further,
Mm-hmm.
just so you can get a feel for it, especially for someone who's just starting.
Oh yeah. Now there is a channel that I found that is in Detroit, and it's a small channel, and they're like Dearborn in Detroit area, and they're like I saw them like trying to spend the night downtown in downtown Detroit, and I'm like, they're crazy. I'm typing. I'm like, you better get out of there. I'm like, oh my Lord. I'm like, you guys, I don't know. You guys better be careful because you're in the wrong neighborhood. So yeah. So you said that you had some. Sorry, you okay?
Yes.
Ooh, no dying on us.
A
Oh,
little warmer than I thought it was, so I let the windows down.
okay. Are you okay? Are you okay
Yeah,
now?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah. Let
So
the windows down, get some air.
yeah. So you didn't bring nothing in your car to drink? You don't have nothing to drink or nothing? Oh, you do. Okay, good. Good. Just making sure. I'm like, I don't want to be talking your you know, and you don't have nothing to drink and to be able to clear your throat or nothing.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. So you
No
were
worries.
saying that you're going to go on this big trip?
Yes, headed to
Soon?
Cancun at the end of the month with actually Brace Nomad. She and I will be going with another friend of ours.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I watched how you were walking into Mexico in your one video. Yeah, I was watching a whole lot of your videos. Sorry.
Oh no, that's great.
I was watching. I'm like, she's just walking. I'm walking in okay. I'm like, does she know Spanish? Does she know the language? Because that's one thing for me. I'm like, I would have to have an interpreter that was like chained to me or something so they couldn't take off on me.
Actually, where I was in Mexico, they speak very good English and you won't have any issues at all.
Oh.
And I do speak a little bit of Spanish. I'm actually on Duolingo. If anybody wants to get on Duolingo with me, and learn some Spanish. But I've been practicing Spanish kind of most of my life. I used to speak a lot more, but I'm working on it now because I know that I do plan on going into Mexico for a long amount of time
Oh,
in the
really?
future. Yes, and plus I just love Spanish. Period. I always have.
Oh, wow.
Being here in Houston where I am, I hear a lot of Spanish around me, and I've just always really liked
Well,
the
have you played the Mexican bingo game?
No, I've never heard of that.
What? Are you kidding me?
No.
The Mexican bingo game? El Mundo? El Alacran? Oh, come on.
Never heard of that.
Those are the only I mean, I played because my stepdad was Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
And he had his mother move in with us at one point of our lives. And she always played Mexican bingo. So the only way I knew any Mexican words was on the bingo game. You know, I know sí and no, and I can count to 3.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, El Alacran, the strong guy, El Mundo. Yeah. You have to get the Mexican bingo game.
I'll have to look into that for sure.
Because it's
Definitely
fun.
have to look into that.
Yeah. And now me and her have been talking, and I'm going to try and meet up with her and be able to do some caravanning if she'll allow me to.
Yeah, absolutely. When I come up that way, we'll figure something out. Now, we'll definitely have to do some caravanning for a little bit. Show me around Michigan.
Well, there's a couple of things that are gonna go on, like in Ohio. I don't know if you go to any of the schooly things or if you go to any
Yeah,
meetups.
I love to. I need to find some events around here while I'm here this month. But yeah, I love to go to events.
Well, you got to go on to like you have to like search in the Facebook thing. I don't know if you're on Facebook. Well, you are on Facebook, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The schoolies, there's the schoolie swarm, there's the schoolie UP thing that just happened last year, and we're going to do it again this year. And you don't have to be in a schoolie. You don't have to be nothing like that. And you can go in the Upper Peninsula, and it's August 1st through the 8th.
Okay.
And it's just called the Schoolie UP. And so, you know, if you send them an invite, you can get all your information and all that. If you actually wanted to, if you really wanted to travel like this way in like July or August or whatever, it's the 1st through the 8th.
Okay. I have to put that on my calendar and see what see if I'm gonna make it.
Right. But yeah, I want to try and go, like if I was gonna go like down you guys' way towards the RTR for next year, I was thinking probably start doing that October thing that I did last year, but go the opposite direction.
Yeah, definitely.
West.
I will probably, depending on where I am, I'll probably start heading down there, probably December.
So I know
that depends on where I am because I'm not really sure where I'll be.
Well, I know that you said that you weren't really sure if you would ever go to RTR again. Do you think that you might want to again or not, or you still?
I think that I really haven't decided. I'm still kind of up in the air about it. I'm not sure. I'm really honestly not.
Yeah. I want to try it at least once if that would be possible. But I'm just afraid of being able to afford it. That's my biggest thing. I want to go down there, but I have to afford it.
I definitely think you should do it at least once. As far as affording it, I mean, you have your fridge, so you have you'll have your food. You'll have time to go and cook and everything, whatever it is that you need to do. There's a great pizza place there, Silly Owls. Great place to eat, not really expensive. There's also a Mexican restaurant there. I forgot the name of that one, but it's actually pretty good, and they were pretty affordable.
Well, I know Orbit Stephanie, she went to the Mexican restaurant to get tacos, and she wasn't happy at all with the Mexican restaurant there. The tacos were really greasy, and she wasn't too happy with them. I was watching her, and she was in that area. So I guess you just gotta watch,
Yeah, and just kind of gauge as best as possible to see if it's something that I'll visit again. I'll probably definitely come for the weekend for the tours.
Oh yeah. And I definitely want to be able to meet some of the people that I watch, because that's my big thing. I got to meet Aja. I got to meet Budget Travel Guy. I got to meet Where's Tiffany. I got to meet that nomadic couple. So I mean, it was just really awesome being able to meet the people, and like I watch you and talk about this and that, and so yeah, so you're next on the list, lady.
All right, well, we'll find each other on the road, I'm sure.
Right. So we're down the road, yeah. So yeah. So what's everybody saying in the chat? Let's see if we can talk with her. Let's see if we can join in on the chat and see what everybody's saying, so everybody doesn't feel like we're ignoring them. But I hope that my questions were okay for you.
Yes, absolutely. Captain Jack, how are you dropping to 32 at night in August? Where are you?
In August?
In August, he says.
Oh, because it's Michigan. It was cold and damp when we went.
You're breaking up. Say that again.
That wasn't in August. That was in September.
In
our
December.
M21, we have a meetup. It's called M21, and now this year it's going to be M22, and it's usually like the end of September. And it's cold. It gets cold and damp and everything, and it's like, why do people want to do meetups and everything when it's cold and rainy and yucky? It's like, I would rather do it when it's a little warmer, like maybe in August or something. I'm like, you guys picked the wrong months to do all this.
So yeah, I like rain when I don't have to be outside.
Yeah.
So I would prefer like being, camped out somewhere and I have my tarp up and all that good stuff, but not for probably not for an event.
And especially when you go up north in Michigan, because it's always cooler. So our meetup was north of where I'm at. So when I was leaving there, coming back, it was like 70, 80 degrees. And I'm like, ha ha. I was like
78 degrees.
Like 70,
that's great.
80 degrees. And up there, it's like 40. And I'm like, I'm going to stay down here. You guys need to bring your...
Yeah, you should have stayed down south.
Yeah, it's like, you guys are finding the wrong areas to do all this stuff, and you guys got to do it in warmer areas.
I wish you would have reached out sooner, because you said in December you were down in Florida. I was actually down that way, so I wish you would have reached out earlier. Maybe we could have linked up then.
Well, you were the reason I was down there. Because I was like, if they say you can do this DoorDash, and then see, I just put a video out for me doing the DoorDashing from North Carolina, South Carolina, and then I still have to get out the stuff in Florida. But yeah, you can watch those and see the different places I went and see how it was DoorDashing, because I show the amounts, I show how far you go. I'm like, oh God, am I going downtown? Because when you go downtown to a new area, you're like freaking out, because you're like, the parking.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, the parking. And they have to pay, and then you have to try and find the place, and you don't know where it is. And, yeah.
So typically what I will do, because I have learned that anytime you put in a city, like if you say Phoenix, it will automatically send you downtown. So what I will do is about 20 minutes before I get, at least 20 minutes before I get downtown, before I get to the destination that Patricia tries to send me to, and that's my Google Maps. That's what I call her. Her name is Patricia.
My mom's
I
name.
will stop about 20 minutes outside of that. And then I will kind of look for the area that I want to be in. Because once you're about 20 minutes from the destination that it sends you to, you're in the city. You're just on, hopefully on the outskirts, which will make DoorDashing a whole lot more simpler. I do not do downtown DoorDashing anywhere.
It's nerve-wracking. It really is. Guess what?
It is.
It is nerve-wracking.
And it never fails. It never fails that anytime that you have an order and then you have to wait, and you're like, I'm just dropping this off, and they're like, oh, the person's way. I'm like, no. We're not doing this today, because I'm not paying for parking. I'm just dropping this off. There's a front desk somewhere. Show me where it is.
Yes,
And then come
yes,
pick it up.
yes, exactly. It's crazy. Where are we staying? I don't know if he's still in here. I hope I didn't upset him or nothing. He's in charge of the M21 and M22 events, the campgrounds. I was just saying how cold it was. I was just saying that it was cold, and in my brain, I wish that we could have it in the summer times. And I understand that, in the summer it's always busy, and that's why you can't really have it in the summer, because a lot of the campgrounds are already booked. I'm just wishing out loud. I'm not, I'm not trying to say nothing bad about anything or nothing. I'm just wishing out loud that it could be in the summertime. So, sorry.
No, all good, all good.
Oh, good. I hope so. I don't mean to tick anybody off. Oh my Lord! I told you I get in trouble naturally.
You're starting to break up.
I'm starting to break up. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just saying I stay in trouble naturally.
Oh. But trouble is fun. It's more fun when you're in trouble.
I guess. Yeah. So okay. So I was looking in the chat, and that's how I saw that. I'm like, Tina, bite your tongue. I need to try and get filters on my tongue sometimes. I swear. I'm always getting my yeah. So anyway, oh my goodness, that was funny. So does anybody have any questions for her or me or whatever? Because now is the time to do it. Because I'm totally out of questions. Oh yeah, and if you guys can, please do the thumbs up, and I will post her link in here again. Let me go in there and get it. Don't mind me.
Captain Jack says you are trouble with a capital T, Tina.
Oh man, who'd have known?
Must be something about the lady's name Tina.
Mm-hmm.
They're all trouble. The two that I know. This one right here and the other one that I know.
See, I tell you, you can't trust me. Okay, we're going on to do your thingy. Share, copy link, go into my live stream. There we go. Okay. All right.
I get it from my mama. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you, darling.
So yeah, I know that
yes, in Alabama. That's where I was born. I'm an Alabama girl.
Oh, that's cool to know. See, that wasn't one of my questions neither. So, have you always liked camping or going out and doing this kind of stuff, or no?
Nope. Not even a little bit. So I grew up being an outside girl, played outdoors and all that good stuff. I used to have a 4-wheeler that I loved, but we were always pavement kids, basically. The one time that I went camping, I was probably about 13, 14 years old. And it was just a series of unfortunate events that I will not go into. But from that point, including getting lost in the woods, I hated camping. Said I would never do this again. However, under the better circumstances, research, and first of all, wanting to do it makes camping a whole lot better. Not being forced to do something that you don't want to do in the first place.
Yeah. All right.
So
yeah, that's cool. I always. What?
Many of us damn Yankees were born under
an iceberg. I'm melting.
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh my God. So yeah.
Oh yes, and I did get lost in the woods with Brace Nomad and her grandkids.
Really?
A few months ago, we decided to go on this trail, and I was not aware that she had never been. And we're just following these orange little signs all over the place. Next thing we knew, we had made it to where we wanted to go, but then when we went back, we had circled ourselves and got lost. We're in the woods for almost 4 hours, and that was most of the time trying to get out.
Yeah, I've done that.
And her family was about to send in people to come look for us because we were about an hour and a half away from it starting to get dark. And we had 2 hungry children.
You had what? 200 children?
We had 2 hungry children with us.
Oh, 2 hungry children. Oh, okay.
Yes, we had her grandchildren with us.
Oh my goodness. Oh
yeah.
Man.
But it was a great adventure, and the kids ended up loving it once we finally got out. But they did say a million times, Grandma got us lost in the woods.
I'm always getting lost.
Yes, Captain Jack, like the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm always getting lost in the woods. I always seem to find parks that don't have good signage. And I'm always saying they need to put up better signage because I'm always getting lost. Like this one time I was in a local park and I've never been there. It was it was in an area that was more woodsy. And I got lost by myself. It was getting dark. And I was following their little things, and I ended up having to turn around like 2 miles down the road, turning around. Uh-oh. We lost her. 2 miles down the road, and having to turn around and come all the way back. So I did a 4-mile hike. Well, that wasn't fun. So, yeah. Oh, I hope she's okay. I had so much fun talking with her. Connection was lost. I didn't see anything. All right, let me send you the invite again. Do you want to come back on? I can put it back on. I did put a link down in case you can't get back on. But that's if you want to come back on. Hopefully she can see it. I really enjoyed everybody coming on and hanging out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this too. And sorry I wasn't in the chat too much. But Bray's Nomad, I'm going to have to check you out. Oh, she's back. Device not connected. She's trying. Oh, she's there. Okay, she's there. Hey, woman, you keep doing acrobatics on us.
I know, right? I'm all over the place.
Oh my God. See, we're just is there anything that you want to talk about or anything that you want us to know that I didn't know about to even ask you?
I can't think of anything off top, and I've actually kind of got to head out. I've got to go in there and check on her.
All right. Well, it was awesome talking with you, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope everyone else did. And please check out her channel, and we're also going to does Bray's Nomad have a channel too?
Brace Nomad does have a channel. It is Brace Nomad, and she is based out of Florida, and she is actually a traveling nurse. So she is a nomad, but she is also a nomad with a full-time career.
Now, see, what was crazy when I was in Florida, I got lonely for people because I was in Lutz, Florida, and I was from Lutz, Florida, and then I would sleep at their Walmart, and then also in the Port Richey area, there was a Hudson, Florida Walmart that I would sleep at. Those were my two, besides rest areas and like Loves and all that I would actually sleep at. And I really didn't have a whole lot of people to talk with. Me and Buddy just worked and went to a park and made our food and then went to bed and then did it the next day over and over and over and over again. Like you can see in the videos where I even had Thanksgiving at a park.
Okay, so, that's not far from her where you were.
Oh, really? Let's see.
So she's in Tallahassee.
Oh, well, Tallahassee was north of me. Yeah, she was north. This stupid thing. I'm getting it's not far from me. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I didn't have no one to talk to.
Yeah, it does get pretty lonely. I will have to say I got very lucky very quickly because about the time that I thought of the question, how am I supposed to meet people? She ended up in my comments and we just connected.
Oh, that's good. So what part of Florida did you go to?
I actually have family that lives Panama City and then also Alabama, a little town in Alabama, just north of that. So that's where I went to for a little while.
Yeah, well, I have a brother that lives.
Hey, Mommy. She's also DoorDash, and it's so good to have you
in. Yep. I actually got Lainey into the DoorDashing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she actually worked her butt off, and she got us both $1,000.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. I was like, girl, we need that invite again. We need to find someone who will actually do that again so we can get that, because man, that money sure did come in handy last year. That was, yeah, she worked her butt off and she got it. She did like 320 deliveries. Holy she got it. I was like, yeah, right. Right after that, they changed it to where the person that gave the invite will get a certain amount, and then that other new person will get a different amount. So right after me and Lainey got that $1,000 from us, they're like, no more. No more.
I'm like, no, y'all are working too hard for this. No.
Yep. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. But yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I was so happy. I was like, oh, pay off this bill, pay off. And that's how I was able to get, like tires and stuff. And I was able to pay off some of my bills. And yeah, Lainey is amazing. It's really good to have good friends like her. Yeah. She's really cool. But yeah. And she has family in Florida too. But by the time she went to Florida for Christmas, I was already back in Michigan. I came back in Michigan by the 8th of December. Okay. Yeah, okay. I came back. So, but I was gone from October 11th all the way till December. So
okay, that's a pretty good little amount of time.
So yeah, I have a brother that is in Potomac, Florida, and that's not too far away from Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was gonna see him. I was gonna stay out there longer, but then he tried to say that he was too busy or whatever and all that, so I didn't get to see him. And it's been like 10 years since I've seen him.
Oh wow!
So you can try, but you can try to reach out, and that's all you can do. And then if they don't want to see you, you can't do nothing about it, right?
That is very true.
So yeah, so I got heartbroken and came back home. I'm like, because I was waiting for him so I could go and see him on the other part of Florida. So yeah, live and learn. Sometimes family sucks. Sometimes family.
Sometimes they do.
Yes, yeah, I'm always learning the hard way. So yeah. Well, I really, really appreciate you coming on with me and hanging out, and I hope we didn't keep you too long.
No, absolutely. I'm good. I need to go check on her, but it's been fine up until now. No problem.
Okay.
I wish
Well, I
I could
really
stay longer,
appreciate
but
it. I really appreciate it.
yeah.
That was awesome that you actually came on, and now I can tell Frankie, guess what? I was even talking to Danette.
Yes, absolutely. We'll all have to get on a conference together
Oh
somehow.
yes, yes, because I would love that. I really would. I would love it.
Yeah. So we'll find some time and we'll schedule that.
Yeah, and you can keep in touch with me as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely. You've
Yeah, of
got
course.
my you know how to find me, you know how to reach me. Reach me
Yep.
anytime.
Same for you. Yep. That was awesome. Well, I can let you go, and so you can go. You said that you have to go check on your mom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on her before I leave for the night.
Also, you're actually not even going to spend the night at her house or nothing. You're going to stay in your vehicle.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in my vehicle. I'm just more comfortable here, honestly. I don't even stay even when I'm with my son. I will kind of hang out with him for a little while. We may watch a show or something, talk, chit chat. But I typically leave and come to my house and find somewhere safe to park. So I really don't even stay in the house anymore.
Okay. Well, I mean, it for you, it's more comfortable, right?
Yeah, a lot.
And it's not cold or nothing, so it's not, you're not. I'm sure if it was really bad out or something, you'd probably, be able to stay.
Yeah, absolutely. There's an extra room in this house. There's 2 extra rooms in this house, and she would love for me to be able to stay, but like I said, I'm just more comfortable in my house and in my bed.
Do you go to rest areas out in Houston area or what?
The rest areas are pretty far. I would have to jump on a major highway and then go out to a rest area. I typically, same as when I'm out of town, I'll stay at a hotel or somewhere safe. Or when I first started, I stayed just in my son's parking lot
Oh, okay. Well, that's
in the
cool.
apartment complex.
Yeah, I've stayed at the trailer park where my daughter stays, and I've actually snuck into a hotel parking lot when I was in West Virginia, and I had to hurry up and duck down and just go to sleep and stuff. So yeah, so I've done that.
Yeah, absolutely. I do it all the time. I will typically just wait for night to fall, and I really will probably get in about 8 or 9 o'clock after the sun is falling and put the phone light on low light and watch something and fall asleep.
That's cool. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking with us. I really enjoyed being able to do this, and I'm so glad that you allowed me to have you on the show, and that was great. That was
Absolutely, anytime.
awesome. I'm so glad that everything worked out for us.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. All right, we'll keep in touch, okay?
All right, you too.
All right, well, I'm going to cut this, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed this, and everybody have a good night, okay? Everybody have a good night. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and talk to you later. All right, have a good one. Good night.
Good night.
Night.